Welcome back, YouTube. So it's official. Adam Aaron has said that we are roughly 90 days away from AMC accepting Dogecoin. And I briefly touched on this on some previous videos, but I really wanted to just kind of elaborate on what does this mean for the actual community and some of the advantages that this has. Again, I believe it's really a blessing that Dogecoin is getting this opportunity to kind of premiere its acceptance as far as for being a payment with the largest movie chain in the world. This is kind of like having your first show at Madison Square Garden. This is a really big deal. And I think that if we play our cards right, this can set the foundation for what the community is hoping for is pretty much pertaining to Dogecoin being a currency or exchange for payment and adding the utility that that's definitely going to be needed for Dogecoin's longevity. So I'm going to take a look here at one of his Twitter accounts just to say that initially in this case, you're not in the loop. Initially, he took a poll on his Twitter account. He said that, should there be, should AMC accept Dogecoin as far as a payment? And it ended up it ended up being his most engaging post on his account. And it was like pretty much an outstanding yes. And so they pretty much went to work on that. They're already accepting Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I believe another coin as well. But this was the catalyst that started the acceptance for Dogecoin. And pretty much he started working on that. He's saying that, okay, well, we're going to have Bitcoin, Ethereum, that's kind of already in the works, but Dogecoin will be shortly behind them. And the importance of this is when we start saying that, okay, there's a lot of catalysts going forward. We got the Doge One mission. We got a lot of the pressures as far as for doing like utility. We have an initial cycle in general, institutional money coming in. We have rising inflation. It's a lot of reasons that these currencies that currently inflation is actually outpacing can rise in value. But when we say, okay, for the longevity and adding utility, what is something that we can do to help this along and create higher floors and be able to move the coin forward? And that's going to be taking a lot of the power back from the whales. Because if we say that Dogecoin is at a consolidation of around 25 cents right now, and that there's a lot of people with really strong positions in there or whales, what do you think would happen at 50 cents, 75 cents, or even $1? Because they pretty much control the price of the coin, they're able to dump, take profits, send the coin to hell, and buy back in and probably kind of like repeat the process. When we start using Dogecoin as a form of payment, what we're doing is we're creating whales, but inside of actual organizations and institutions like an AMC. This is why it's important for us to have multiple institutions that accept Dogecoin. But when you do something like that, what you're doing is you're removing the power from the whales and making actual businesses the whales of the coin. And the benefit of this is it'd be better if we have different businesses in multiple sectors, but it would prevent them from selling all of their coins at once, especially if people are continuously pouring in and using it for goods and services, because it would devalue the existing supply. So they'll be shooting themselves in the foot. So it would make them large whales in the currency, and they would have to kind of drip their, if they wanted to convert back to the dollar, they would kind of have to drip that process in order to not crash the actual coin itself. A lot of you know that Elon Musk is selling a lot of his Tesla shares over the last week. He can sell like a certain amount, and of course the press and the media and all that kind of stuff can get other people to kind of panic sell, and you can kind of get some downward momentum. But if he were to sell or even try to sell the majority of his Tesla stocks, Tesla would go through the floor because of the amount of shares he owns. Same thing with Jeff Bezos and Amazon, or Bill Gates and Microsoft. When they hold a large portion of the company, they're in fact like partially responsible for the stability. So when they hold these stocks, it's kind of going to have like certain floors that it won't go past because they're pretty much like that barrier. But of course, supply and demand, the more you have of something, the less it's perceived to be worth. So when we have an institution that is holding these coins and continuously pouring in, and we have multiple institutions that are holding these coins and they're not releasing them, because if they did, it would devalue the existing supply. This is how we take control back from the whales. And this is how we push Dogecoin forward in the future as far as the utility, having longevity. And this is how the early investors, like such as ourselves, this is how we're going to be rewarded and see new all-time highs. So this is really great, and we all have to make sure that we do our part and participate in this when this comes to fruition. And I think that based off of the community, Dogecoin has an incredible community, very supportive and very forward-thinking. So I think that when this happens, I believe that we're going to have record turnouts, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. The feedback, and I believe that Dogecoin's acceptance in AMC, I believe it's going to outperform Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think it's going to be like amazing. It's going to blow all of them out of the water. And this is what we need. And it'll set the tone for us branching out to different businesses and different sectors. And this is kind of going to be our security blanket against whales and pretty much remove their control or their so much of their manipulation from the market. So we have to make sure we do our part. I'll keep touching on this, but we have to do our part and support this movement, especially when this comes out. If everyone literally just watched their favorite movie, especially when this first came out, it would be a no-brainer. And I believe that if we do our part, like I know we will, I believe that a lot of other businesses will immediately begin looking into taking Dogecoin as payment, just because you know that with the economy and a lot of things that's going on right now, they'll know that, okay, if we accept this coin, this community is very supportive of their coin. And that's really the power of the Dogecoin movement, is really in the community. So they'll know that if we accept this coin, this community is going to come and do business with us. And that's going to be the power. And I believe that is going to be the catalyst that's ultimately going to bridge Dogecoin into different sectors and bridge them into different companies and allow us really to expand. And I believe this is going to be the foundation that's going to catapult Dogecoin to new all-time highs and provide that longevity that the currency needs to move forward. So with that, I know that a lot of information is coming out there, and I'll be reporting on the Dogecoin and a lot of the other catalysts going forward, especially when they start with Ethereum and Bitcoin, and so we can kind of keep track of that and have something to compare it to. So I wanted to report obviously first on Dogecoin, but we're going to track the numbers. And again, I believe Dogecoin is going to absolutely blow everything, all the other coins out of the water that AMC accepts. So I believe in that for the community. And before I close, I do want to just recommend, because I'm going to show you some of the programs that I've been using with Skillshare. They're the sponsor for this video. So I'm going to play a clip for that. And if you sign up right now, you'll get you pretty much get the first month free through my link, and I'll have that in the bottom of the video. And that brings me to today's video sponsor, which is Skillshare. Now, Skillshare is an online community that hosts thousands of classes where you can learn new skills, deepen your existing passions, or simply fall down a creative rabbit hole. They offer classes like finances, entrepreneurship, and even stock investing. And that's one of the reasons I'm bringing it up to you, because I think that most of the community can find this actually useful. I'm actually starting with Productivity for Creators by Thomas Frank, because it's more so about me starting to build and get more organized through my productivity, because of the growth that I'm seeing here on YouTube and like my actual investments that I have outside of YouTube. So it's just more so laying the groundwork so that I'm not being pulled in so many directions, and as I try to expand my investments, because typically that's what takes up most of my time. And I know a lot of you guys get on me about not uploading every day, so that I'm working to increase my productivity so that I can be more present on YouTube and balance my outside investments. The best thing about Skillshare is it's curated specifically for learning. There's no ads, so you're not going to see a break or in any of the classes that you take that are specific to your interests. So it's pretty much just going to be go from start to finish. Now, I wanted to provide exceptional value for you all. So the first 1,000 people that click the link in my bio, you actually get a free month of Skillshare to try out.
And again, they have classes on just about everything. I know most of the people that watch my channel are geared toward finances, so you can certainly take classes on stock investing, finances, entrepreneurship, web development. Really, this pretty much, if you have an interest, it's almost guaranteed to be on Skillshare, and you can have access to that for 1 month just to try it out by using the link that I have in my bio. Feel free to check it out and let me know what you think.
With that being said, I appreciate all of you, and I am putting the final touches on the ebook. I appreciate all of your patience. I just wanted to make sure that I delivered and that it provided everything that I believe that it could and kind of benefit the community. So I haven't forgotten about you. Those of you who are going to be on the private Zoom call, I haven't forgot about you as well. I have your emails, and I'm going to be sending out the link, and we'll set up a time to chat, and we'll kind of go over it together. So again, I appreciate all of you. Thank you. Until next time.